Mega goal 2.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, dear student? I hope you're fine. Welcome back. Would you please, dear student, press like, subscribe and active the bell. فضلا منكم أعزائي الطلاب الضغط على زر الإعجاب والاشتراك في القناة وتفعيل زر الجرس ودعم القناة بالنشر بين زملائكم الطلاب. Okay, dear student. Expansion Units 1-3. مراجعة من الوحدة الأولى إلى الوحدة الثالثة. Page number 48 and 53. In this lesson you are going to ستقوم عزيزي الطالب بالتالي 1. Discuss and answer some questions. مناقشة وإجابة بعض الأسئلة والتي ستناقش جميع الوحدات التي أخذناها من الوحدة الأولى إلى الوحدة الثالثة. 1. Language review. Complete the sentences with the following words: although, as soon as, in spite of, so, when. أكمل الفراغات التالية باستخدام أحد هذه الصيغ. وكما قلنا عزيزي الطالب فهذا الدرس عبارة عن مراجعة لجميع ما أخذناه في الوحدات السابقة. B. Write sentences with I wish. اكتب الجمل التالية باستخدام صيغة I wish. C. Complete the sentences. Use need plus to be or need to have it them and a word from the books in the correct form. أكمل الجمل التالية باستخدام هذه الصيغ وبإضافة الكلمات الموجودة في المربع. D. Complete the conditional sentences using your own information. أكمل الجمل الشرطية التالية باستخدام كلمات من عندك. E. Complete the interview with a sports star. Use the correct form of the word in the parentheses. أكمل المقابلة التالية مع أحد المشهورين في مجال الرياضة. استخدم الجمل الصحيحة الموجودة بين القوسين. F. Complete the sentences using a preposition and a gerund form. أكمل الجمل التالية باستخدام حروف الجر وباستخدام صيغة المصدر. To reading. Before reading, قبل القراءة, read the 3 articles and underline the details that tell you about the history of each game. أقرأ المواضيع الثلاثة ثم ضع خط على التفاصيل التي ستخبرك عن تاريخ هذه الألعاب. Dear student, now we will listen to the audio. Would you please pay attention with the audio?
Play ball. Football. Forms of football have been played for thousands of years by various civilizations. As far back as 2500 BCE, the Chinese played a form of the game and called it tsu chu. The natives of the Pacific Islands played the game using their hands and feet, and they used coconuts and animal bladders as balls. The Inuits of northern Canada played football on ice and used balls filled with caribou hair and grass. Other Native Americans played on fields that had enough space for 1,000 players to be playing at the same time, and matches usually lasted for more than one day. The games were so rough that the players often got broken bones. In Mexico and Central America, people invented the rubber ball and played in courts 40 to 50 feet, 12 to 15 meters long, surrounded by walls several feet high. In the middle of each wall there was a stone with a hole in the middle or a wooden ring, and the idea was for players to hit the hard rubber ball through the hole or ring. But it was not until 1863 in England that the first set of rules was put together to make football the game it is today. Football was spread throughout the world by British sailors and settlers, and all major innovations in the game, such as leagues, professionalism, and international matches, originated in England.
Basketball. In 1891, Dr. James A. Naismith, a physical education teacher at a school in Springfield, Massachusetts in the United States, was asked to create a game that could be played indoors during the harsh winters. So Naismith put up 2 peach baskets on opposite walls of the gymnasium and got his class of 18 students to play a game of basketball. The team that dropped the ball into the basket more times won. At first, a football was used, but in 1894, it was decided that the ball should be 7 inches, 81 centimeters, around, and weigh 17.6 ounces, 500 grams. In spite of all the changes that have taken place since then in the game of basketball, the size of the ball has remained the same, but the weight has increased to 21 ounces, 600 grams. The baskets used in early games had the bottoms in them, and after each goal, someone had to climb a ladder in order to get the ball out and put it back into play. In 1906, open baskets were introduced, which allowed the ball to pass through, and as a result, the pace of the game became faster. In the beginning, no backboards were used either. Therefore, fans sitting behind the basket would push away the ball when the opponent was going to score. Also in the early days, each team was made up of 9 players. It wasn't until 1897 that the 5-player team became official.
Volleyball. Volleyball was officially included in the Olympic Games in 1964. It began as an indoor sport, created by William G. Morgan, a physical education director, in 1895. The game borrowed characteristics from tennis and handball and was originally designed for older players. Volleyball is played on a court divided by a net. The game begins with a team player serving the ball, tossing it in the air and hitting it with his hand or arm over the net and into the other team's court. The receiving team must prevent the ball from falling on the ground. Each team is allowed to touch the ball 3 times before hitting it back over the net. Individual players may only touch the ball once. Each turn after serving is called a rally. Each team tries to ground the ball on the opponent's court and win the rally. If a team commits a fault, it loses. Common faults include a double hit by the same player, grounding the ball outside the opponent's court, missing the net or touching it during the game, a net foul, and a foot foul, when the foot of the player who is serving crosses over the boundary line or the court. Players have to observe a considerable number of rules and develop techniques such as spiking and blocking that require mastery of the vertical jump so players can hit the ball when it's above the top of the net.
After reading, answer true or false. بعد القراءة أجب عن هذه الأسئلة عزيزي الطالب بنعم أو لا. discussion مناقشة، وهذه الأسئلة عزيزي الطالب بعد قراءتك للنص قم بالإجابة عليها. 3. Writing الكتابة. Choose one of the discussion questions above and write your answer. اختر أحد أسئلة المناقشة في الأعلى ثم اكتب الإجابة عنها. for chant along if I were a millionaire. Could student read it by yourself then answer the questions. قم بقراءة هذا المقطع بنفسك عزيزي الطالب ثم قم بالإجابة على الأسئلة التابعة لهذا المقطع. Vocabulary. Find words in the chant that mean. ابحث عن الكلمات التي تعني هذه الجمل. B. Find 5 words and or phrases in the chant that indicate a rich lifestyle. ابحث عن 5 كلمات أو 5 عبارات في هذا المقطع والتي تتحدث عن أسلوب الحياة. C. Find an expression in the chant that means. ابحث عن التعبيرات التي تعني الجملة التالية. Aisha said the Prophet spoke in a simple and clear way so that all those who heard him understood him. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. عن عائشة رضي الله عنها أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يتحدث بكلام فصل يفهمه الجميع. كدر السودان. نشكركم أعزائي الطلاب على حسن المتابعة. فضلا منكم الضغط على زر الإعجاب والاشتراك في القناة وتفعيل زر الجرس. هذا والله أعلم، وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.